So this video is going to be all about you starting over, because in my experience with working with people all the time, this is something that is the hardest thing for everyone to do, because this is how we people are unfortunately heavily conditioned. You finish the school, you decide what you're going to do to the rest of your life, and God forbids that you make any mistakes along the way, where you really have to make some mistakes. And you know one of the things that I always love to teach my people is that nothing is final, really. That's so important, this concept that nothing is final. It's to adopt this point of view, because it can serve you in so many ways, because this is part of the conditioning, of the programming, that I find the hardest to crack in people, and that's really what is holding you back. If you think that something is forever, if you think that you have to suffer to the rest of your life because you've done some decision, or that you have to do certain thing just because you spent 10, 20, or God forbids 30 years in a job that you didn't like, how would you, oh my God, what would you do? Like, that's a waste of time. Even when you are dating and growing up, if you like, this is how people think. I remember this. If you spend with someone a couple of years, and then like you didn't marry that person or whatever, they say, the time wasted. Well, why is the time wasted? This goes for everything. For what you do in your life, like your relationship, relationships, your ultimate relationship, everything has its cycle. That would be the best way to explain it. And if you're going to be holding to something like a dog for the bone, then how are you going to evolve? How are you going to progress? How are you going to become better and better and better and better and better? So in this video, I really going to invite you to start thinking about, how many times have you reinvested yourself? Because I am mastering reinventing myself, uh, but why people are not reinvesting themselves? Because they're conditioned, because they are in some because they are in fear, right? They are in fear of this and that, where, as I love to say, only you can count only on the change. You only can count that something is going to change, because everything is always evolving. Nothing stays still, So it doesn't matter for how long you're gonna be, staying there in that relationship or in that job. you know God comes like once, God comes two times, three times. He's calling you, let's go this way. Higher self is calling you, let's go this way. But no, you're there and holding it so tightly, and then it goes like bang, and then however, it's time, to change. And when that happens, that's usually, by some disaster, or you've been, being with someone for way too long, and you knew that it was time to leave that person, and that person was actually, doing you harm. But no, you waited until that person, screw you over, and you left you. And like, that's just like, but that's again what that person needs in that moment. So I really want you to ponder and contemplate on this word, that on this concept that nothing is final, and that how many times that you going to reinvent yourself, it can only be for the better. You can only come up with, 1.0, 2.0, like I'm now, like I was counting 8 times, redefine myself. And every time, better version of you is going to come out, and you have to allow this, because you are not that person that you have been yesterday. Even like if you, for example, if you read again today some book that you have read in 5 years. I challenge you, do that, and you're gonna see that you're gonna get totally something different out of the book, because you're totally something different, because, and this is why, they condition you so heavily. This is why they you're gonna do this or that, and then it's final, like, and God forbids, you make some mistake, like that just cannot happen, then the time is wasted, well, the time is never wasted, all of your experiences are combining, and only when you have enough of life experience, when people say, oh, I'm already I'm already too old in 40s to change 50, 70, like, seriously, you just have enough now, you just have enough experience, right? And if you didn't have that fear to stop you, you would surely, go and reinvent yourself, start doing something that you love, leave that person, choose yourself, choose something better, But because majority of people, no one is doing that, they would think that I'm crazy. Well, look around how majority of people looks like, how they live their miserable lives, most of them. It's very sad to see, but it's because of things like this that I always talk about, and I work with people, and I know how hard it can get, and they still cannot let go, so you cannot undermine that programming and that brainwashing and conditioning. But you know what, if you don't decide to change yourself, to rediscover yourself over and over again, who will? Why is it late? And if you just think about, if you can allow yourself to look from that perspective, that you do live forever, and maybe we're going to be able to live forever even in this lifetime. Because the reason why I'm actually talking about this today, because there is going to be a lot of starting over in this new world that we are approaching. Like, most of everything is going to change, and it's only about you. Are you going to be on the front of that change, or are you going to be the last one? Because, like, in every time there is an opportunity. I have been mastering my craft for the last 5 years. Mind me, I was in this deep contemplation with God. Like, I don't have a regular life. I don't have a social life. I don't want to have a social life. I'm devoted to my mission, I was reborn so that I can be on the forefront of this new world, and I'm here, I'm showing up, So whatever is your interest, wherever God is leading you, you better start walking that path, You better start seeing that nothing is final, and welcome that change, because every time you redefine yourself, you're gonna be like, oh my God, am I awesome or what? Every single time. It's scary, but it's so exciting in the same time. Like, I've started so many times from ground zero, and I can tell you, there is something so amazing in it. Like, and only thing that can stop you is that fear, and that fear is how they say, evidence of, like, it's not real. So when you feel fear, know that this is not real. That's your higher self telling you, no, this is not something, that is real. So start walking your path, start changing yourself, start transforming, because you're gonna get transformed this way or the other. But I would rather that this be on your initiative. So this was my 7 stars, and I hope that you enjoy my little chit chat. So now go and conquer the world. I love you.